And we're going to start with Barbara Clifton Zarate. And Barbara, say hello to our audience.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Kevin.
So, Barbara, one of the first things I'd love for you to do is explain a little bit about what we heard and also offer us an acknowledgement of, well, the land we are on and show how we begin on a day like today especially.
Great. Well, yes, a land acknowledgement would be appropriate. So from my heart, I send out respect and honor the Miwok people of the land here in Novato, California, Marin County, who live on these lands, the indigenous peoples who are stewards and have been living on the land from time immemorial. And that is what a land acknowledgement is. It's wherever you're at, wherever you reside or gather, it's understanding who the indigenous people, the first peoples of that area are, and their history and their current realities, and showing them the respect and honor for the land acknowledgement.
Thank you. I'm so delighted that you are here to explain this, because not all of us know what it is that we are doing sometimes when we acknowledge that the land is important and how we can be good stewards of the land. It's especially different from the way it was, centuries ago when our ancestors, all of our ancestors, recognized something about the earth that we occasionally lose nowadays. So what can you tell me about who you are and where you are and how you are this Earth Day?
So it is a beautiful Earth Day. Yes, and every day is Earth Day, but especially enjoying today. The sun's out. And, a little bit about me. My background is in public health, and I've worked in human service for about 3 decades. Currently, I work in philanthropy, and right now, front and center is COVID-19 response and relief. I'm a spiritual activist. I'm the drum keeper of the White Buffalo Women Council drum, which is a healing drum. The council lifts visibility to issues that impact indigenous people. I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, and I'm called to serve. And if I can offer humbly any healing at a time when so many are feeling pain, that is why I'm here. While I'm on this earth, I hope to offer something.
Yay. I mean, that is, I think, what we all want to do. So I'm glad that we have you telling us about the example that we can all be for others as well. Speaking of examples, this broadcast is aimed at kids and families. Many kids will be experiencing Earth Day in a way for the first time. And it's pretty special that this is Earth Day's 50th anniversary. How you interact with kids pretty frequently. How do you talk about Earth Day?
Well, first I think I'd like to share a bit that, we have the healing wisdom and teachings of the indigenous peoples that have been practiced for tens of thousands of years, right? And they call us to remember that we're all connected. And each of us, no matter where our ancestors were from, come from an indigenous people that were connected to our Mother Earth, right? And right now, Mother Earth is asking us to be still, to pause, to reflect, to shift. She's kind of has us on a timeout. She's put us humans on a timeout. And while we're isolating in our homes, the other beings on the earth are coming out, right? They had to hide because of us. And right now we're seeing these great things, right? The air's cleaning, the water's running clear, marine life is rebounding. All these creatures are coming out, like mountain goats and whales and sea turtles in India and deer in London and wild boars in Italy and coyotes in San Francisco, right? Bears at the beach and increased fauna. And that isn't just because it's spring, it's because our footprint has been lifted. So when I think about, what would I tell people? What do you do? Part of it is, well, what calls to you? What pulls at your heartstrings? What do you burn for? And for some, maybe it's protecting the water, the animals, the bees, the butterflies, stopping fossil fuel extraction, whatever calls to you, stand up, speak up. I mean, there's so many things that could be done. And with children and families, when we think about all the things that we can do to make shift, we can do it with our children. We can fill out the census form with them and educate them about that process. We can vote and go through that process, teaching them, divest, make calls, join networks, right? So many things, teaching traditional ecological knowledge, practicing self-care and role modeling that, growing food and medicine, conserving water and resources, and building community. All those things are so critically important for children. But there's some fun activities, and there's one in particular I'd like to share. I just think it's a brilliant activity for children, actually for anyone. But if you're a family with children and you really want to engage them, and as we're isolating in our homes, I think this is a great activity for now. And I call it the pick three. You can do this in different ways. You can do a scavenger hunt or just pick three things a day. But what you do first, I don't know how many of you have seen the video, The Story of Stuff. If you haven't seen it or you haven't seen it in a while, I recommend you watch that again. After you watch it, pick three things in your home. Maybe it's an apple, a cup, a shoe, and you're going to ask a few questions. And if you do a scavenger hunt, then the kids find the things and then you ask the questions. So where did this come from? Was this from the orchard down the way, or did it come from 3 states away or another country? Who grew it? Who picked it? Right? What was their life like? How much money did they earn? Or how did the production or the harvest of this impact the earth, the water, the air? Or maybe it's a product like this, right? What is it made of? Where did that material come from? How did the production of it impact the earth or the water, the air? It's a great activity because children have a natural curiosity. And building children's understanding of the world through environmental inquiry is just brilliant, right? And the other win of it, even after, well, I would say, while we're in isolation, you could probably go through your whole home in the next month. And then after isolation is lifted, you can do this in the grocery store, and I guarantee you, consumerism would reduce because we'd really begin to think about what we're buying and where it comes from and the impact, right? So that's a really fun activity.
It's something that I would like to do very mindfully for myself. So I say it's not just for kids, it's for anybody. Hey, Barbara, we are going to move on to our next guest. We've got a whole bunch of people coming on today. I want to thank you for coming on. And by the way, say hey to the White Buffalo Woman Council drum, and thank you for letting us use your performance.
Will do. Blessings to all.